Moonmon. Just watching someone play Cyber Sleuth and the Nokia Omnimon scene popped up, I realized how ridiculous it is. Ty and Matt went through several world-ending scenarios before that. I don't agree. This suddenly made me upset. She hasn't done anything to deserve that. I don't agree because unlike Ty and Matt's Agumon and Gabumon, who started as Agumon and Gabumon, Nokia's Agumon and Gabumon were Omnimon and then became Agumon and Gabumon to get to the real world, so them turning back into Omnimon makes way more sense. I was the one who got hurt. This isn't how it's supposed to go. I won't forget this. Also, just, like, you know, it was a game about the Royal Knights. They just wanted to get Omnimon in there. It had nothing to do with Nokia, really. Weird thing to get upset about, I think. Oh no! A Numemon! Dead. Are you a tamer? Wow, it's been a while since we've seen a tamer in here. Okay, I think I might have beaten all the Numemon on this screen. Did I miss a Numemon back on this screen? Is that thing called Big Sis Numemon? I wasn't reading the dialogue. I was looking at chat. I glanced back and saw that it was called Big Sis Numemon and then didn't know what to do with myself. I guess, but the fact they had to add on additional context in Hacker's Memory shows that even the writers thought it was a bit abrupt. What additional context? I don't remember what you're talking about. I feel like it should have a little more emotional weight. I think you're heavy overthinking it. Omnimon has been in so much Digimon media. Giving him a cool transformation scene at all in Cyber Sleuth, they didn't even really need to do. I mean, it's a game about the Royal Knights, and then if you look at how it goes for all the other Royal Knights in that game, Omnimon is the only one, other than Alphamon, who's used horribly, that gets like a cool sequence. I think that Cyber Sleuth already has a ton in it, and of all the things they can improve upon, like removing Kyoko entirely, or redoing the way they did the stuff that annoyed me in Cyber Sleuth, I don't know. I have no complaints. Of the complaints I have about Cyber Sleuth, the fact that Omnimon shows up alongside Nokia is definitely nowhere on the radar for me personally. Have I talked to every Numemon now? Yeah, also, Nokia didn't have Omnimon. She had Garuru Greymon, I'll have you know. The use of Crusadermon and Alphamon in Cyber Sleuth is honestly a travesty. It was really bad. Absolute terrible use of both of them, Alphamon especially. I really hope they don't do anything super stupid like that with the Olympus 12 in Time Stranger, but from what I'm seeing so far, I don't think that'll be the case. They've already shown a lot of the Olympus 12, like, not being in a situation like that. And yet in the game is we can get a full Royal Knight team and nobody reacts to it. To be fair, when Cyber Sleuth first released, you actually could not get... I don't think you could get any of the Royal Knights until after you finish the main story, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you could get Alphamon or Omnimon? Maybe, but when Cyber Sleuth first released, you could not get any of the Royal Knights until after the main story was over. There was a requirement that you had to do a post-game quest where you rematched all of the Royal Knights, and then you were able to Digivolve into them. And players hated that because it was very annoying to have 13 of the coolest Digimon locked to post-game only, and so they undid it with Hacker's Memory and whatnot. Which I think is for the better. Because, you know, as much as it may narratively make sense to be like, oh, you're hanging out with the story is based around the Royal Knights, but then you just have Gallantmon and Alphamon on your team? Isn't that a little weird? I don't know. I don't really care. There could be more than one Gallantmon in existence, but, like, hear me out. I don't want to have to play 80 hours of the game to then get to use Gallantmon for the last 5 hours of the game. I don't like that. So, I'm glad that they changed it. Minervamon is a member of the Olympus 12. She's one of the 12, yeah. There have been a lot of people in talks theorizing the girl who's with the Goat Boy Digimon, whose name escapes me, is going to be... Oh, you mean Aegiomon? I think it's Aegichumon or Aegiomon? Is going to be Junomon in disguise. I don't think that's the case, because they already showed Junomon and said that Junomon is, like, the protector of the gate between the digital world and the human world, I think they announced. So, I doubt that the partner to Aegichumon is going to also be Junomon. That doesn't seem to make much sense. I think people were speculating that from, like, the first trailer, and then they ended up announcing more about Junomon, and then, to my knowledge, I haven't seen anyone talking about that theory since they announced, like, hey, Junomon is the guard between the portal to the two worlds. But I guess we'll see, won't we? Could you be Sonia? Maybe the girl hanging out with Aegichumon is Sarismon, because I think Sarismon is one of the only ones we haven't seen yet. They've shown most of the Olympus 12 now. They haven't technically shown Dianamon and Apollomon, but they showed Chronomon and Lunamon and say that they hang out with Minervamon, so. Rumors have been spreading all across town about you. However, we cannot allow you to pass through here. Just ahead of here is our champion's room. We cannot allow you to proceed any further past this point. We are the chosen elite of the Numemon. No matter what you do, we mustn't allow you to pass. If you think we are on the same level of all those other Numemon, you're sorely mistaken. All right, I'm going to kill all of you. Are they want X-Antibodies in Time Stranger? I mean, it would be cool, but I highly doubt it. With them... These guys are level 55, what the heck? With them making so many new models and introducing so many new Digimon, I don't think they're going to put a lot of time and effort into making the X-Antibody versions of Digimon they're already including and all. Which is fine. X-Antibodies are cool, and I would love to see some X-Antibodies in the future. But, I would rather them focus on adding more new Digimon that we didn't get in Cyber Sleuth and that we haven't gotten to see in a while, like all the armored Digimon they're adding. And Apollomon is coming back for the first time in ages. And the Olympus 12 in general. Like, most of the Olympus 12 has either not really shown up in a game or has only shown up in, like, 1 or 2. And a lot of them haven't shown up in a game for, like, over a decade or 2. Like, I think Marsmon... Isn't Marsmon, the only game Marsmon has been in is Digimon World 3, which was back in, like, 2003? Other in before the people who are like, actually, they've all been in Digimon Masters Online, the MMO that no one likes. Looks like we have no choice. We'll open up the door for you. However, if you want to challenge our champion, there are conditions. There's a mysterious Digimon in Thriller Ruins called Ebemon. You must steal their treasured Ebapop and bring it back. You'll get the, is that a, what? You'll get the Ebapop by defeating the Ebemon. You cannot beat the champion, nor will acknowledge our defeat. However, if you want us to acknowledge our defeat, then be a good tamer and go get us some of that Ebapop. You'll find Ebemon near Thriller Port West. Nearby a clock tower, just continue from the city gate. That pesky guard tamer should be gone by now. If you understand, then hurry and get going. Why don't I just kill you instead? The only real game Marsmon has been in has been World 3? Yeah. And then some of the Digimon were in Kemonogami Survive, but that's not a Digimon game. That's a Kemonogami game, so I don't count it. They'll likely introduce X-Antibodies in the DLC? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do for the DLC. I feel like the DLC is kind of like a wild card. I could see them doing anything with the DLC for what Digimon they want to introduce. There are a lot of options. You need to get to level 39, right? I think. Yeah. What Digimon do you want in Time Stranger? I want Petal-Dramon. I want the legendary 10 spirits in general. Oh, isn't Yui the one who's the champion here? Now that I think about it, isn't it Yui and the Numemon are all, like, protecting her or, like, love her or something like that? And Yui doesn't even really know what's going on? Or is she mind-controlled and you have to beat her partner in a fight? I don't remember. I think it's Yui, though. And then, like, Takuto is the champion of, like, one of the cities? I don't know, dude, I played this game once, like, over 2 years ago. It's hard to remember the specifics. But anyways, I would love it if they put, like, at least the human and beast spirits of every legendary warrior. Yo, Sculpalukimon. Every legendary warrior in, Time Stranger. I would be so happy with that. I don't think it's gonna happen because it looks like they focused more on doing, like, armor digivolutions and all, which is also really cool. We haven't gotten a lot of the armor digivolutions, like Raydramon, for instance, in a very long time, if at all. I think, was Raydramon, like, was the only game Raydramon was in was, like, Digimon World 2 or something? Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I'm not expecting to see many X-Antibody Digimon in Time Stranger. There's the key. Where's the Ebemon? I really hope I don't have to go into that dig area. The only real game Rangermon is in is World 2, and that's barely even a real game. It's been rough being a Rangermon fan. Which is crazy, because he's arguably the best Vmon armor digivolution. Think they'll put in the Dexdoramon line? That would be pretty slick. Honestly, that's one that I could see being DLC, because that's a pretty out there and cool digivolution. Dexduragoramon would be awesome to see. I don't expect it, but whoo, I would love to have it. Ba-na-na-na-na. Starlight EX. They have 2 of his lines, so not unreasonable. Of Doramon's, the thing is, though, is that Doragoramon and Alphamon are both, like, way more popular and well-known, etc. So it makes a lot of sense to have both of those lines. I'm not sure that they've used the Dexdoramon line in literally anything other than Digimon X Evolution, the movie. But consider Purple. I'm not saying that I wouldn't like it. I'm not out here saying, no, they shouldn't do it. I'm saying that the odds that they would, I think, are fairly low. I would love it if they did, though. But, I would be a little surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't be, like, shocked, because Doramon is a popular line regardless. So including another one of his lines, I don't think would be, like, crazy. But I wouldn't expect to be seeing the Dexdoramon line. I'd be a little surprised. Actually, they were using a game, can't remember which one, but it was for the PlayStation. What, a Digimon game that had the Dexdoramon line in it? Digimon World 4 was based on the Digimon X Evolution movie, but I don't believe it had the Dexdoramon line in it. So I'm not sure what game you would be talking about. Unless they are in Digimon World 4, but I don't think they are. Not that I can recall. Citation needed. I'm trying to think, is the final boss of World 4 Dexmon? I don't think it is. Isn't it something else that they made up for that game? Digimon World 4 sucks so much, it's hard to remember. Only game I know the Dex line is DMO. That doesn't count. It doesn't. We've been over this. Listen, when we're talking about Digimon games that have had Digimon in them, there are two things we don't count. One, Digimon Masters Online. Two, we don't count Digimon Survive. Nothing I'm seeing online for Dex Doramon stuff in real games. Yeah, that's what I thought. 43110, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub. Greatly appreciated, brother. Thank you for the support. Wiki says Dex Doragamon was in both MMO games, which don't count. Okay, yeah, who cares about those? Alright, now you need to degenerate back into Mummymon at level 28. How's Lost Evolution going? It's going pretty well. We grow ever closer to getting the Sovereigns. We're getting there. Hopefully soon I'll be able to put the ancient Digimon back in the party. Anyways, the Dex Doramon line would be very cool. I would be a little surprised if it happened, though. Don't care. Alright, Ebemon. Time to get absolutely slaughtered. Wait a minute, let me see here. You still have 16 levels to go, and then you're going until you digivolve to Numemon, right? Yeah, you gotta get to level 30 or 41, which you're 9 away from. Alright. I was gonna see if one of them was close to digivolving or degenerating. We would do that first, but it seems like we're good. So let's just fight the Ebemon. Beep boop, beep boop, 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 beep doop. You must be a selector. You've come here to steal our treasure. We won't allow you. We will teach you for trying to steal from us, is what we're saying. Oh no! Whatever shall I do now? You guys are so dead, by the way. Like, what did you think would happen here? Weak to light? Bro. That's what my squad is all about right now. We're the light squad. How are you still alive? Get out of here. What's the evolution plan for your Digimon? We're getting all 4 Sovereigns, and then we're getting Ancient Beetlemon and Ancient Sphinxmon. Filling your Dark Souls with light. Look at all those gains. I learned yesterday I forgot to change my sub tier, so I guess I'm just a tier 3 now. I like the stars on the sub badge because it goes with the shiny Rayquaza. Well, that's nice. Thank you for being a tier 3 sub. We will give you the Ebba Pop. Take it and leave us alone is what we're saying. However, we shouldn't be saying this, but we will offer you this warning. You will end up regretting this. Are you sure you want to do it? Be glad I didn't kill you. Mostly because I didn't have an option. Can I bust this? Nope. Beep, beep, beep. Dude, I love Skull Balukimon so much. I went from doing it as a bit to committing to the support. That's how they get you. I guess they is me in this case. That's how I get you.